Budgeting for Beginners. Take Control of Your Money and Build Your Future by James Fisher. Introduction. Budgeting might seem like a complicated or overwhelming task, but it's actually one of the simplest and most effective ways to take control of your money. Whether you're living paycheck to paycheck or just want to make your money work better for you, budgeting is the key to achieving financial security. A budget isn't about restricting yourself. It's about making sure your money is going where it matters most. It helps you cover your needs, enjoy some wants, and still have enough left over to plan for the future. Many people avoid budgeting because they think it's too difficult or time-consuming. But the truth is, budgeting can fit into any lifestyle. It's not just for people who struggle financially. Even those with comfortable incomes benefit from having a plan. Budgeting gives you clarity, peace of mind, and the ability to say yes to the things that truly matter. Chapter 1. Budgeting is more than just keeping track of your money. It's about taking control of your financial future. Without a plan, it's easy to spend money without realizing where it's going. Many people find themselves living paycheck to paycheck, wondering why they can't save or get ahead. Budgeting helps break that cycle by giving you a clear picture of your income and expenses, allowing you to make better decisions and avoid unnecessary financial stress. Think of budgeting like using a map on a road trip. Without directions, you might take wrong turns, waste time, and end up lost. But with a budget, you have a clear path that guides you toward your financial goals. Whether you want to save for a vacation, pay off debt, or simply have peace of mind knowing you can cover your bills, a budget gives you the power to make it happen. Take Mark, for example. He worked full-time but always felt like his money disappeared too quickly. He had no idea how much he spent on dining out, entertainment, or online shopping. One month, he decided to track every dollar. By the end of the month, he was shocked to see how much he was spending on things he didn't even need. Once he created a budget, he was able to cut back, save money, and start working toward his goal of buying a car. Budgeting also helps prepare for unexpected expenses. Life is full of surprises. Car repairs, medical bills, or sudden job changes can happen to anyone. Without a budget, these events can lead to debt and financial anxiety. But when you have a budget that includes savings, you'll be ready to handle emergencies without panicking. Another major reason budgeting matters is that it helps you avoid debt. Many people rely on credit cards or loans to cover expenses when they run out of money. This creates a cycle of borrowing that can be hard to break. A budget helps you live within your means and gradually reduce or eliminate debt, giving you more freedom and less worry about monthly payments. Budgeting isn't just for people who are struggling financially. It's also useful for those who want to make their money work smarter. Even high earners benefit from budgeting because it helps them prioritize their spending and invest in what truly matters. It allows you to plan for the future, whether that means saving for a home, starting a business, or retiring comfortably. If you're feeling overwhelmed about starting a budget, don't worry. It doesn't have to be complicated. The key is to start small and be consistent. Over time, budgeting will become a habit, and you'll begin to see the benefits in your everyday life. Chapter 2. Setting financial goals is one of the most important steps in budgeting. Without clear goals, it's easy to lose focus and fall back into bad spending habits. Financial goals give your budget a purpose and help you stay motivated to manage your money wisely. Whether you want to save for a big purchase, get out of debt, or build an emergency fund, having a goal in mind makes it easier to stay on track. Think about what you want to achieve financially. Goals can be short-term, like saving for a new phone or taking a weekend trip, or long-term, such as buying a house or retiring comfortably. By breaking your goals down into manageable steps, you can make them feel more achievable. Take Emily, for example. She wanted to take a trip to Europe, but always felt like she couldn't afford it. Instead of giving up, she set a goal to save $3,000 within a year. She looked at her expenses and found small areas where she could cut back, like dining out less and canceling unused subscriptions. By putting aside a little money each month, she reached her goal without feeling overwhelmed. When setting financial goals, It's important to make them smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Instead of saying, I want to save money, try something more specific like, I want to save $1,000 in 6 months by cutting back on entertainment expenses. This way, you have a clear target and a way to measure your progress. Another important part of setting goals is prioritizing them. Not all goals can be achieved at once, so it's crucial to focus on what matters most. If you're struggling with credit card debt, paying it off might take priority over saving for a vacation. Once you've handled high-priority goals, you can work on others without feeling stressed. It's also helpful to break larger goals into smaller milestones. For example, if you want to save $10,000 for a down payment on a house, divide it into monthly or even weekly savings targets. Seeing progress along the way will keep you motivated and prevent frustration. Don't forget to stay flexible. Life can be unpredictable, and sometimes goals need to be adjusted. If an unexpected expense comes up, it's okay to temporarily slow down your savings or make changes to your budget. The key is to keep moving forward, even if it's at a slower pace. One of the best ways to stay committed to your goals is to visualize them. Create a vision board, write your goals down, or set reminders on your phone. Having a constant reminder of what you're working towards will keep you focused and less likely to make impulsive spending decisions. At the end of the day, setting financial goals is about making your money work for you. Whether it's achieving financial freedom, buying something you've always wanted, or simply having peace of mind, setting clear goals gives your budget direction and purpose. Chapter 3. A successful budget starts with a clear understanding of your income and expenses. Many people feel like their money disappears each month without knowing where it goes. By tracking what you earn and what you spend, you can gain control over your finances and make better decisions about how to use your money. Let's start with income. Your income includes all the money you receive, whether it's from a job, freelance work, side gigs, or even passive income like rental properties or dividends. It's important to calculate your total income accurately by considering both your regular paycheck and any additional sources of income you may have. If your earnings fluctuate, such as for freelancers or commission-based workers, it's helpful to calculate an average based on the past few months to get a better picture of what you can expect. Now, let's talk about expenses. Expenses are all the ways your money leaves your account, and they generally fall into two categories: fixed expenses and variable expenses. Fixed expenses are those that stay the same each month, such as rent or mortgage payments, insurance, car payments, and subscriptions. These are predictable and can be planned for easily. On the other hand, variable expenses change from month to month and include things like groceries, entertainment, dining out, and shopping. While they offer more flexibility, they can also be harder to control if you're not careful. Take Jason, for example. He used to believe he was careful with his money, but never had enough left at the end of the month. Once he started tracking his spending, he realized he was spending over $300 a month on coffee and fast food without even noticing. By identifying these patterns, he was able to adjust his habits and redirect that money toward his savings. To get a better handle on your expenses, start by tracking every purchase for at least a month. You can do this with a notebook, a spreadsheet, or a budgeting app. Writing down every dollar spent might seem tedious at first, but it's the best way to spot spending habits and areas where you might be overspending. Once you have a clear understanding of your income and expenses, it's time to categorize them. Group your expenses into categories such as housing, transportation, groceries, utilities, entertainment, and savings. This breakdown allows you to see where most of your money is going and whether you're spending in line with your financial goals. Another important aspect to consider is distinguishing between needs and wants. Needs are essentials like rent, utilities, and groceries, while wants include things like dining out, luxury items, or impulse purchases. While it's okay to spend on wants occasionally, understanding the difference helps you prioritize and make smarter spending choices. If you notice that your expenses are higher than your income, it's a sign that adjustments are needed. You may need to cut back on non-essential spending or find ways to increase your income through side hustles or better job opportunities. The goal is to ensure that your income comfortably covers your expenses while allowing room for savings and financial growth. Understanding your income and expenses is the foundation of effective budgeting. It provides clarity and helps you make informed financial decisions. Chapter 4. Now that you understand your income and expenses, it's time to create your first budget. A budget is simply a plan for your money that helps you manage your spending and saving so you can reach your financial goals. It doesn't have to be complicated or restrictive. In fact, a good budget gives you the freedom to spend within your means without stress. The first step in creating a budget is to figure out how much money you have coming in each month. Start with your total monthly income. This includes your salary, any side hustle earnings, and other sources of income, such as rental payments or government benefits. If your income is irregular, consider using an average based on previous months to get a more stable number. Next, list all your expenses. Start with fixed expenses, which stay the same each month, such as rent or mortgage, utilities, insurance, and car payments. Then add your variable expenses, which change from month to month, like groceries, dining out, transportation, and entertainment. Don't forget to include occasional expenses like gifts, car repairs, or medical bills by setting aside a small amount each month to prepare for them. Once you've listed your income and expenses, it's time to organize them into categories. A popular method is the 50/30/20 rule, which divides your income into 3 sections. 50% for needs, such as housing, groceries, and utilities. 30% for wants, like entertainment, dining out, and hobbies. 20% for savings and debt repayment, including emergency funds and retirement contributions. Let's look at an example. Sarah earns $3,000 a month. Using the 50/30/20 rule, she allocates $1,500 to rent, groceries, and bills, $900 to things she enjoys, such as movies and dining out, and $600 toward her savings goals and debt repayment. This structure helps her stay balanced while still enjoying life. If the 50/30/20 rule doesn't fit your situation, don't worry. Your budget should reflect your unique needs and goals. Some people might need to spend more on necessities, while others may want to focus heavily on debt repayment. The key is to ensure your spending doesn't exceed your income. Once your budget is set, it's important to track your spending to make sure you're staying within your limits. You can use budgeting apps, spreadsheets, or even a simple notebook to record your expenses daily or weekly. Regular tracking helps you identify areas where you might be overspending and make adjustments as needed. Don't be discouraged if your budget doesn't work perfectly right away. It's normal to make adjustments, especially in the first few months. Life changes, and so should your budget. If you find that you're spending too much in one category, look for ways to cut back in others. A helpful tip is to automate your savings by setting up automatic transfers to your savings account as soon as you receive your paycheck. This ensures that saving becomes a priority rather than an afterthought. Remember, budgeting is not about depriving yourself. It's about being intentional with your money. With a solid budget in place, you'll be able to enjoy life without constantly worrying about finances. Chapter 5. One of the most effective ways to make your budget work is by cutting unnecessary expenses. Many people don't realize how much they're spending on things they don't really need until they take a closer look. Small, seemingly harmless purchases can add up over time and prevent you from reaching your financial goals. By identifying and reducing these costs, you can free up money to save, invest, or enjoy experiences that truly matter to you. The first step in cutting unnecessary expenses is to review your spending habits. Take a close look at your bank statements and receipts from the past few months. Pay attention to recurring subscriptions, impulse buys, and items you may not even use. You might be surprised at how much money is being spent on things that add little value to your life. Take James, for example. He used to subscribe to multiple streaming services, a gym he rarely visited, and several monthly subscription boxes. After reviewing his expenses, he realized he was spending over $150 a month on services he barely used. By canceling some of them, He was able to redirect that money toward paying off debt and saving for a vacation. Once you've identified areas to cut back, start with easy changes. For example, instead of buying coffee every day, try making it at home. If you eat out frequently, consider preparing meals at home and packing lunches for work. Not only does this save money, but it's often healthier too. Another way to cut unnecessary expenses is by negotiating bills. Many service providers, such as internet, cable, and insurance companies, are willing to offer better rates if you simply ask. Call and inquire about promotions, loyalty discounts, or bundle deals. You may find that a short phone call can result in significant savings. Shopping smart is another powerful way to cut costs. Look for discounts, use coupons, and compare prices before making purchases. Buying in bulk, taking advantage of sales, and choosing generic brands over name brands can also make a big difference in your monthly expenses. Transportation costs are another area where savings can be found. If you drive often, consider carpooling, using public transportation, or even walking or biking for short trips. Regular maintenance can also prevent expensive repairs down the line, helping you save in the long run. Impulse buying is a major reason why people struggle to cut unnecessary expenses. A good strategy to avoid this is implementing the 24-hour rule. If you see something you want to buy, wait a day before making a decision. This gives you time to think about whether it's truly necessary or just an impulse. Entertainment is another category where people often overspend. Instead of costly nights out, look for free or low-cost alternatives, such as local events, outdoor activities, or movie nights at home. You can still have fun without breaking the bank. Cutting back on unnecessary expenses doesn't mean you have to eliminate all enjoyment from your life. It's about finding a balance and making intentional choices that align with your financial goals. Small changes can add up over time and help you achieve financial freedom faster. Chapter 6. Grocery shopping is one of the most significant areas where people can save money without compromising on the quality of their meals. Food is a necessity, but how you shop can make a big difference in your budget. With a little planning and some smart strategies, you can cut your grocery bill without sacrificing nutrition or flavor. The first step to saving on groceries is to make a meal plan. Instead of buying food on a whim, take some time to plan your meals for the week. Look at what you already have in your pantry and fridge so you don't buy items you don't need. Planning meals ahead of time helps you avoid buying excess food that will go to waste. For example, Emma used to buy groceries without thinking and often ended up with half-empty cabinets and spoiled produce. After she started meal planning, she was able to buy exactly what she needed for the week and even saved on ingredients by using leftovers for lunches. Meal planning also reduces the temptation to order takeout or buy unhealthy convenience foods. Creating a shopping list is another key strategy. Once you've planned your meals, make a list of the ingredients you need. Stick to the list when you're in the store to avoid impulse purchases. Studies show that people tend to buy more when they shop without a list. So having one helps you stay focused and only buy what's necessary. Shopping with a list also helps you take advantage of sales and discounts. If you see items you use regularly on sale, stock up while they're at a lower price. Just be careful not to overbuy or purchase items that won't be used before they expire. Buying in bulk is another great way to save money, especially for items you use frequently, such as rice, pasta, beans, or frozen vegetables. Bulk buying can save you money in the long run, but it's important to make sure you're actually saving compared to smaller packages. If bulk items cost more per unit, it may not be worth it. When you do shop, consider buying generic brands instead of name brand products. Most store brand items are just as good as their branded counterparts, but cost significantly less. The quality is usually comparable, and your savings can add up over time. Another way to save money is by shopping for seasonal produce. Fruits and vegetables that are in season are often cheaper and fresher than out-of-season produce. For example, in the summer, berries and tomatoes may be more affordable, while root vegetables like carrots and potatoes are cheaper in the winter. Not only will this save you money, but seasonal produce is often more flavorful too. Don't forget to check store flyers and online deals. Many stores offer weekly discounts or special promotions. By keeping an eye out for these deals, you can plan your meals around what's on sale and save a significant amount on your grocery bill. Additionally, some stores offer loyalty programs or apps that give you exclusive discounts. For non-perishable items, consider buying in larger quantities when you can. Staples like canned goods, pasta, or grains tend to have long shelf lives and are usually less expensive when bought in bulk. Just be sure to store them properly to avoid spoilage. Reducing food waste is another smart strategy for saving money. Use leftovers for lunches or repurpose them into new meals. For example, leftover roasted vegetables can be turned into a soup, or extra rice can be used for fried rice the next day. By using what you already have, you reduce waste and make your groceries last longer. Lastly, consider shopping at discount stores, farmers markets, or bulk food stores. These types of stores often offer lower prices on fresh produce, meats, and dry goods. Farmers markets can also offer local and organic products at a fraction of the price found in supermarkets. Just be sure to compare prices before making a purchase. Smart grocery shopping is all about being intentional with your purchases and making thoughtful choices. By planning meals, sticking to your list, and taking advantage of deals, you can eat well while staying within your budget. Over time, these small adjustments will add up and make a big difference in your financial goals. Chapter 7. Managing debt is an essential part of any budget. While it's easy to accumulate debt through loans, credit cards, or unexpected expenses, it's also possible to pay it off with the right strategies. Tackling debt while budgeting requires discipline, but by prioritizing your debt payments and being proactive, you can work toward financial freedom and reduce stress. The first step in managing debt is to understand exactly how much you owe. List all your debts, including credit card balances, personal loans, student loans, and any other outstanding bills. Make a note of the interest rates and minimum monthly payments for each debt. This will give you a clear picture of your financial situation and help you make informed decisions about how to pay them off. Next, consider prioritizing your debts based on the interest rates. High-interest debt, like credit card debt, should generally be paid off first because it grows faster over time. Focus on paying off the debt with the highest interest rate while making the minimum payments on your other debts. This is known as the avalanche method and helps save you money on interest in the long run. Alternatively, if you feel more motivated by smaller wins, you can use the snowball method where you focus on paying off your smallest debt first. Once that debt is cleared, you move to the next smallest, gaining momentum as you go. The snowball method can be a great way to stay motivated and see progress quickly, especially if you're struggling with the psychological burden of multiple debts. No matter which method you choose, the most important thing is to stick to your plan. In addition to paying off your debts, consider cutting back on unnecessary expenses to free up more money for debt payments. For example, if you cancel subscriptions or dine out less, that extra money can go directly toward paying off your debts. Another effective strategy is to consolidate your debts. If you have multiple high-interest loans or credit cards, consolidating them into one loan with a lower interest rate can make your payments more manageable and reduce the overall interest you pay. Look for personal loans or balance transfer credit cards with low interest rates or introductory 0% APR offers. Be cautious, though. Ensure that the new loan terms are favorable and that the transfer doesn't come with high fees. If your debts feel overwhelming, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A credit counselor or debt management service can help you create a debt repayment plan, negotiate lower interest rates, or even consolidate your debt. While this comes with fees, it can be a helpful way to manage large debts or avoid falling further behind. It's also crucial to avoid accumulating more debt while paying off existing balances. Stick to your budget and resist the temptation to use credit cards or take out loans unless absolutely necessary. If you find yourself relying on credit to cover everyday expenses, It's time to reassess your budget and make adjustments to live within your means. If you have student loans, make sure you understand the repayment options available to you. Many student loans offer income-driven repayment plans, deferment, or forbearance, which can help lower your monthly payments or give you a break if you're struggling. You may also qualify for forgiveness programs, depending on your career or repayment history. In addition to tackling existing debt, it's important to start building an emergency fund. Having money set aside for unexpected expenses will prevent you from relying on credit cards or loans in the future. Aim to save at least $1,000 for emergencies and eventually work toward 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This will provide you with a cushion and prevent new debt from accumulating when life throws curveballs. Finally, as you work toward paying off your debt, remember to celebrate your progress. Paying down debt is often a slow and steady process, but every payment brings you closer to financial freedom. By staying focused, making adjustments to your budget, and avoiding new debt, you'll be able to achieve your goal of becoming debt-free. Chapter 8. An emergency fund is one of the most important financial tools you can have. It's your safety net that helps you avoid going into debt when unexpected expenses arise. Whether it's a medical emergency, car repairs, or losing your job, an emergency fund gives you peace of mind and financial stability. Building this fund may take time, but with patience and consistency, it can make a significant difference in your financial life. The first step in building an emergency fund is to set a savings goal. Most experts recommend having at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses saved in an easily accessible account. This fund should cover essential expenses like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, and insurance. For example, if your monthly living expenses total $2,000, aim to save between $6,000 and $12,000 for emergencies. Start small if necessary. If saving that much feels overwhelming, begin by setting a more achievable goal. Aim for $500 or $1,000 as an initial target. This smaller amount can cover immediate emergencies, such as car repairs or medical bills, without having to rely on credit cards or loans. Once you have a goal in mind, it's time to create a plan. Just like any other financial goal, building an emergency fund requires consistency. Set up a specific amount to save each month and treat it like a non-negotiable expense. If possible, automate the transfer to a separate savings account each time you receive a paycheck. This way, you won't be tempted to spend the money on other things. If you're struggling to find room in your budget, look for areas to cut back. You might be able to save by cutting down on dining out, canceling unused subscriptions, or eliminating impulse purchases. Even small amounts add up over time. For example, if you save $50 a month, you'll have $600 saved by the end of the year. One of the best places to keep your emergency fund is in a high-yield savings account or money market account. These types of accounts offer a higher interest rate than regular savings accounts, which means your money will grow faster. Make sure the account is easy to access so you can withdraw funds quickly if needed. However, avoid using the emergency fund for anything other than true emergencies. It's tempting to dip into it for non-urgent expenses, but doing so can undermine your efforts to build financial security. Another way to grow your emergency fund is by finding extra income. If you have extra time or skills, consider taking on a side hustle, freelance work, or selling items you no longer need. Direct this additional income into your emergency fund. This can help you reach your goal faster and give you more security. If you face unexpected expenses while building your emergency fund, don't panic. It's normal to experience setbacks. Simply adjust your savings plan to accommodate the new costs. For example, if your car breaks down and you need to use part of your emergency fund, try increasing your savings in the following months to replenish it. Building an emergency fund is not just about having money set aside. It's about building the habit of saving and preparing for the unexpected. Once your emergency fund is in place, it will give you the confidence to face life's uncertainties without worrying about how to pay for them. Chapter 9. Setting financial goals is one of the most effective ways to take control of your money. Without clear goals, it's easy to drift through life without a plan, and it can feel like you're working hard but not getting anywhere. Having well-defined goals helps you stay focused, motivated, and intentional with your money. Whether you want to save for a vacation, pay off debt, or buy a home, financial goals give you a roadmap for your financial journey. The first step in setting financial goals is to identify what's important to you. Take some time to think about what you want to achieve in the short term, next year, medium term, 2 to 5 years, and long term, 5+ years. Your goals might include things like building an emergency fund, paying off credit card debt, saving for a down payment on a house, going on a vacation, or retiring comfortably. Be specific about your goals. Instead of saying, I want to save more money, try, I want to save $5,000 for an emergency fund by the end of the year. A specific goal gives you a clear target to aim for and makes it easier to track your progress. Once you've identified your goals, break them down into smaller, achievable steps. Large goals can feel overwhelming, but when you divide them into manageable pieces, they become more attainable. For example, if your goal is to save $5,000 for an emergency fund, set a target of saving $417 each month. Smaller, regular milestones make it easier to stay on track and maintain motivation. Next, consider the timeline for each goal. Decide when you want to achieve your goal, and make sure your timeline is realistic. If you're saving for a vacation, your timeline may be shorter, maybe 6 months to a year. If you're saving for a house down payment or retirement, your timeline will likely be longer. Understanding your timeline helps you determine how much money you need to save each month and how to prioritize your goals. Creating a budget that aligns with your goals is key to achieving them. Once you've set your goals and broken them into smaller steps, make sure your budget reflects these priorities. For example, if saving for a home is your top priority, allocate a larger portion of your income to your down payment fund. Be sure to adjust other areas of your budget, such as cutting back on discretionary spending, to make room for your savings goals. To stay motivated, track your progress regularly. Monitoring your progress helps you see how far you've come and keeps you focused on your goals. If you're saving for an emergency fund, check your account balance every month to see how much you've saved. If you're paying off debt, track your outstanding balances and celebrate small victories, like paying off a credit card or loan. Regular check-ins keep you on track and provide a sense of accomplishment along the way. Accountability is another powerful tool for achieving financial goals. Share your goals with a friend or family member, or join a community of people working towards similar financial objectives. Having someone to hold you accountable can make a big difference in your motivation and success. You might even consider using a financial coach or advisor to guide you through the process and offer expert advice. While pursuing your financial goals, it's important to be flexible. Life doesn't always go as planned, and you may face setbacks along the way. If your car breaks down unexpectedly or you have an emergency medical expense, adjust your goals or timeline as needed. The key is to stay focused on your long-term vision while being realistic about short-term obstacles. Finally, once you achieve one goal, take time to celebrate your success. Whether it's paying off your credit card debt or reaching your savings goal, give yourself credit for the hard work and discipline it took to get there. Celebrating milestones boosts your confidence and motivates you to continue working toward your next financial goal. Chapter 10. Investing is one of the most powerful tools for growing your wealth over time. While saving money in a bank account or under your mattress is important, it's investing that helps your money work for you, especially when it comes to long-term goals like retirement or buying a home. The good news is that investing doesn't have to be complicated or reserved for the rich. With a basic understanding of how investing works, you can start making your money grow today. The first step in investing is to understand the different types of investments. There are many ways to invest your money, but some of the most common types include stocks. When you buy stocks, you're buying a small ownership stake in a company. If the company performs well, your stocks may increase in value. However, stocks can also lose value, so they come with higher risk. Bonds. Bonds are essentially loans you make to companies or governments. In return, the issuer promises to pay you back with interest over a set period. Bonds tend to be safer than stocks, but usually offer lower returns. Mutual funds and ETFs. These are collections of stocks and/or bonds managed by professionals. They allow you to invest in a diverse range of assets with one purchase, spreading out the risk. Mutual funds are actively managed, while ETFs, exchange-traded funds, are passively managed and generally cost less. Real estate. Investing in real estate involves purchasing property that you can rent out or sell for a profit. It can require a significant upfront investment, but has the potential for steady income and long-term growth. Retirement accounts. There are specific accounts designed for saving for retirement, such as a 401k or an IRA, individual retirement account. These accounts offer tax advantages, and the money grows over time, making them an excellent way to build wealth for the future. Once you understand the basic types of investments, it's important to assess your risk tolerance. Risk tolerance is the amount of uncertainty or loss you are willing to accept in your investments. Some people are comfortable with the ups and downs of the stock market, while others prefer safer, more stable investments like bonds. Your risk tolerance should guide your investment choices. So think about how much risk you're willing to take before making decisions. If you're just starting to invest, consider beginning with low-risk, diversified options. A simple and popular way to do this is by investing in a mutual fund or an ETF that tracks a broad market index, such as the S&P 500. These funds spread your investment across hundreds of companies, reducing the risk of any single company's poor performance affecting your overall investment. Another key step is to set clear investment goals. Are you investing for short-term goals, like buying a car or going on vacation, or for long-term goals, like retirement? Your investment strategy will depend on your goals and timeline. For example, if you're saving for retirement in 30 years, you might be able to take on more risk by investing in stocks. If you're saving for a short-term goal, you might want to stick to safer investments. Once you've chosen your investments, it's important to diversify. Diversification means spreading your investments across different types of assets to reduce the risk of losing money. Instead of putting all your money into one stock or bond, you could invest in a combination of stocks, bonds, and real estate, for example. Diversification helps protect your portfolio from the volatility of any single investment. As a beginner, it's a good idea to start small. You don't need to invest large sums of money right away. Many brokerage platforms allow you to start with as little as $50 or $100. Start with an amount you're comfortable with and gradually increase your contributions as you gain more confidence and experience. One important concept to understand in investing is the power of compound interest. Compound interest means that the money you earn from your investments, like interest or dividends, is reinvested and starts earning its own interest. Over time, this snowball effect can result in significant growth, especially when you start investing early. The earlier you start, the more your money can grow. If you don't have the time or expertise to manage your investments, consider using a robo-advisor. Robo-advisors are online platforms that create and manage a diversified investment portfolio for you based on your risk tolerance and goals. They're usually low-cost and easy to use, making them an excellent option for beginners. As you invest, remember that patience is key. The stock market can be volatile, and it's easy to get caught up in the ups and downs. However, successful investing is about long-term growth, not trying to time the market or make quick gains. Stay focused on your goals and allow your investments to grow over time. Finally, it's important to continue learning about investing. There are many resources available, such as books, online courses, and financial blogs that can help you understand different investment strategies and opportunities. The more you learn, the more confident you'll become in your investment decisions. Investing is a powerful way to grow your wealth, and the earlier you start, the better. Even small amounts can make a big difference over time, thanks to the magic of compound interest. As you continue to build your investment portfolio, you'll be working toward financial independence and security for the future. Chapter 11. Insurance is an essential part of managing your financial life. It helps protect you from the financial impact of unexpected events, such as accidents, illness, or damage to your property. While no one likes to think about the possibility of something going wrong, having the right insurance in place can provide peace of mind and safeguard your assets. Understanding the different types of insurance and knowing what you need can ensure that you're adequately covered without overspending on unnecessary policies. The first type of insurance to consider is health insurance. Medical bills can be one of the most significant financial burdens, especially in the event of serious illness or injury. Health insurance helps cover the cost of doctor visits, hospital stays, surgeries, prescriptions, and other healthcare needs. Many people get health insurance through their employer, but if you're self-employed or your employer doesn't offer coverage, you can purchase a policy through the government marketplace or directly from an insurer. Make sure to choose a plan that meets your needs and budget, balancing the premium costs with the coverage it provides. Another crucial type of insurance is auto insurance. If you own a car, it's not only a legal requirement to have insurance, but it also protects you financially if you're involved in an accident or your car is damaged. Auto insurance typically covers liability. If you cause damage to someone else's property or injuries, collision, damage to your own vehicle, and comprehensive coverage for non-collision events such as theft or natural disasters. Be sure to shop around for the best rates and coverage, and check if your state has specific minimum requirements for coverage. Homeowners or renters insurance is another important policy that protects your property and belongings. Homeowners insurance covers damage to your house or apartment due to incidents like fire, theft, vandalism, or natural disasters. It also provides liability protection if someone is injured on your property. If you rent, renter's insurance covers your personal belongings in case of theft, fire, or other disasters. Even if you're not a homeowner, renter's insurance is an affordable way to protect your personal property and provide liability coverage. If you have dependents or significant financial responsibilities, you should also consider life insurance. Life insurance provides a financial safety net for your loved ones if something happens to you. There are two primary types of life insurance: term life and whole life. Term life insurance covers you for a specific period, e.g., 10, 20, or 30 years, and pays out a death benefit if you pass away during the term. Whole life insurance, on the other hand, provides lifelong coverage and also includes a savings component that can build cash value over time. When choosing life insurance, consider how much coverage your family would need to maintain their standard of living and how long you expect to need coverage. If you're a homeowner or business owner, you may also want to consider disability insurance. This type of insurance replaces a portion of your income if you're unable to work due to illness or injury. Disability insurance can help ensure that you can continue to cover your living expenses and financial obligations while you recover. There are short-term and long-term disability policies, with long-term coverage typically providing benefits for several years or until you reach retirement age. This coverage is especially important if your income is your primary source of financial support. In addition to these common policies, you may want to look into umbrella insurance, which provides extra liability coverage beyond the limits of your other insurance policies. Umbrella insurance can protect you from major lawsuits or claims that exceed the coverage limits of your auto or homeowner's insurance. For example, if you're involved in a car accident that results in significant medical expenses, or if someone sues you for injury on your property, umbrella insurance can provide additional financial protection. It's also important to regularly review your insurance policies to make sure they are up to date. As your life changes, whether you get married, buy a house, or have children, you may need to adjust your coverage. For example, if you have a child, you may want to increase your life insurance coverage to ensure their financial needs are met if something happens to you. Or if you move to a different state, you may need to update your auto insurance to meet local laws and requirements. Regularly reviewing your policies ensures that you're not paying for unnecessary coverage or, conversely, that you have enough protection when needed. While insurance can seem like an added expense, it's a small price to pay for the protection it offers. Without insurance, one unexpected event can cause financial devastation that takes years to recover from. By ensuring that you're adequately covered, you protect yourself and your family from financial hardship. In addition, insurance helps you feel secure, knowing that if something goes wrong, you won't have to bear the full cost of it on your own. Chapter 12. Your credit score is one of the most important financial tools you can have. It influences your ability to borrow money, the interest rates you'll pay, and even your chances of renting a home or getting a job. In simple terms, your credit score is a numerical representation of your creditworthiness, which lenders and other financial institutions use to determine how likely you are to repay borrowed money. A higher score means you're seen as a lower risk, while a lower score can make it harder to get approved for loans and may result in higher interest rates. The first step in understanding your credit score is knowing how it's calculated. Credit scores typically range from 300 to 850, with higher scores being better. The factors that influence your score include payment history, 35%. This is the most important factor. It tracks whether you've made your credit payments on time. Late payments, defaults, and bankruptcies negatively impact your score. Credit utilization, 30%. This refers to the amount of available credit you're using. It's recommended to keep your credit utilization ratio below 30%. For example, if you have a credit limit of $5,000, try to keep your balance under $1,500. Length of credit history, 15%. The longer you've had credit accounts, the better it is for your score. Lenders prefer borrowers with a history of managing credit responsibly. Types of credit used, 10%. A diverse mix of credit accounts, such as credit cards, loans, and mortgages, can positively impact your score. New credit, 10%. Opening too many new accounts in a short period can harm your score because it suggests financial instability or risk-taking behavior. To check your credit score, you can request a free report from the 3 major credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. It's important to review your credit reports regularly for accuracy. If you spot any errors, such as incorrect late payments or accounts that aren't yours, you should dispute them immediately to have them corrected. If your credit score isn't where you want it to be, don't worry. There are steps you can take to improve it. One of the most effective ways to boost your credit score is by paying bills on time. Payment history makes up the largest portion of your score, so making payments by their due dates is crucial. Setting up automatic payments or reminders can help you stay on track. If you've missed payments in the past, focus on making on-time payments going forward. Over time, this will have a positive impact on your score. Another key strategy is to reduce your credit card balances. As mentioned, your credit utilization ratio plays a significant role in your credit score. By paying down high balances and keeping your usage low, you can quickly improve your score. Avoid the temptation to rack up large balances and try to pay off your credit cards in full each month to avoid interest charges and keep your credit utilization ratio low. If you have a history of missed payments or high credit utilization, consider working with a credit counselor. A credit counselor can help you create a plan to pay off your debts, reduce your credit utilization, and ultimately improve your credit score. They may also negotiate with creditors on your behalf to lower interest rates or create more manageable payment terms. If you're struggling to make ends meet, a counselor can also help you explore debt consolidation options. Building your credit score also involves keeping old accounts open. The length of your credit history makes up 15% of your score, so closing old accounts can hurt your score. Even if you're not using a particular credit card, it can be beneficial to keep it open to maintain a longer credit history. However, be cautious of any annual fees or charges that may come with keeping the account open. If an account has a high fee and you don't use it, it may be worth closing, but make sure you understand the potential impact on your score. You should also avoid opening too many new credit accounts. Each time you apply for a new credit card or loan, the lender performs a hard inquiry on your credit report. Multiple inquiries in a short period can lower your score. Only apply for new credit when absolutely necessary, and try to space out your applications over time. If you're opening new credit accounts, consider opting for cards with no annual fee and favorable terms. Monitor your credit regularly to stay on top of any changes and prevent surprises. Many services offer free credit score tracking, so you can see how your score is changing over time. This can help you gauge whether your efforts are paying off and adjust your strategy if needed. Regular monitoring also helps you catch any fraud or identity theft early, allowing you to take immediate action. Improving your credit score takes time and discipline, but the effort is worth it. A higher credit score opens the door to better loan terms, lower interest rates, and more opportunities in life. Whether you're looking to buy a home, finance a car, or simply save money, improving your credit score gives you the financial flexibility you need to achieve your goals. Chapter 13. Retirement may seem like a distant goal, but planning for it early can have a significant impact on your financial future. The earlier you start saving, the more time your money has to grow, thanks to the power of compound interest. While it's easy to push retirement planning aside, especially if you're young, and focus on more immediate financial goals, starting early can give you the financial security you need to live comfortably once you stop working. The first step in creating a retirement plan is to set clear retirement goals. Consider what kind of lifestyle you want in retirement. Do you plan to travel, live in a certain area, or spend time on hobbies? Your retirement goals will help determine how much money you need to save. For example, if you want to retire early and travel the world, you may need to save more than someone who plans to retire later and live a more modest lifestyle. Once you have an idea of your retirement goals, you need to determine how much money you need to save. This can be a daunting task, but there are tools and calculators available online to help estimate the amount you need. A common rule of thumb is to aim to replace about 70% to 80% of your pre-retirement income each year in retirement. For example, if you earn $50,000 a year, you might aim to have an annual retirement income of $35,000 to $40,000. Keep in mind that your expenses may decrease in retirement, but things like healthcare and leisure activities might increase. Next, consider your current savings and investment options. If you're employed, check to see if your employer offers a 401k or other retirement plan. A 401k allows you to save money for retirement on a tax-deferred basis, meaning you don't pay taxes on the money you contribute until you withdraw it in retirement. Many employers also offer a matching contribution, which is essentially free money. If your employer offers a match, try to contribute enough to take full advantage of it. For example, if your employer matches 3% of your salary, aim to contribute at least 3% to your 401k. If you don't have access to an employer-sponsored plan, or if you want to save more, consider opening an IRA, individual retirement account. There are two main types of IRAs, traditional and Roth. A traditional IRA allows you to deduct your contributions from your taxable income, lowering your current tax bill, but you'll pay taxes when you withdraw the funds in retirement. A Roth IRA, on the other hand, doesn't offer an immediate tax deduction, but your withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. Both options have contribution limits, so be sure to check the current limits and choose the best option for your financial situation. If you're self-employed, you can still save for retirement with an individual 401k or a SEP IRA. These retirement accounts offer higher contribution limits than a traditional IRA, which can help you build wealth more quickly. Speak with a financial advisor to determine which option is best for your business. In addition to employer-sponsored retirement plans and IRAs, consider investing in other types of investment accounts that can help build wealth for retirement. Stocks, bonds, and mutual funds can be excellent options for growing your money over time. However, keep in mind that the more aggressive your investment choices, e.g. stocks, the greater the risk of short-term fluctuations. As you get closer to retirement, it's typically wise to gradually shift toward more conservative investments, such as bonds, to reduce risk. Another key factor to consider is inflation. Over time, the cost of living increases, and what seems like a comfortable amount of money today may not stretch as far in the future. When planning for retirement, Take inflation into account and try to factor in a growth rate of around 2 to 3% per year for your retirement savings. This will help ensure that your money retains its purchasing power over time. While it's important to focus on saving for retirement, it's equally crucial to minimize debt. Carrying high-interest debt into retirement can erode your savings and make it harder to live comfortably. If you have debts, work on paying them off before you retire. Prioritize high-interest debts, like credit card balances, and then tackle student loans, mortgages, and other loans. Additionally, remember that Social Security can be a part of your retirement income, but it's unlikely to cover all your expenses. The amount you receive from Social Security will depend on your earnings over your lifetime, but for most people, it won't be enough to maintain their pre-retirement lifestyle. That's why it's so important to have other sources of retirement income, such as personal savings, 401k plans, or IRAs. Once you've set your goals, established a savings plan, and chosen your investments, it's time to track your progress regularly. As your life changes, so too will your retirement needs. You may need to adjust your savings strategy if you get a raise, change jobs, or experience a major life event. By checking in on your retirement plan each year, you can make adjustments as needed and stay on track. Lastly, don't forget to consult a financial advisor if you need help. A professional can help you refine your retirement plan, choose investments, and ensure that your savings are growing as efficiently as possible. Even if you can't afford a full-time advisor, many offer consultations for a one-time fee or provide online tools to help you create a solid plan. Retirement planning doesn't have to be overwhelming. By starting early, setting clear goals, and making regular contributions, you can set yourself up for a financially secure and comfortable retirement. The key is consistency. Small, steady contributions can add up over time and give you the peace of mind that comes with knowing you'll have enough to live on in your golden years. Chapter 14. Financial education is not something that ends once you've created a budget or set up a retirement plan. In fact, learning about money is a lifelong process, and the more you continue to educate yourself, the better equipped you'll be to make smart financial decisions. The financial world is constantly changing, with new products, services, and strategies emerging all the time. Staying informed ensures that you can take advantage of opportunities, avoid common pitfalls, and continue building your wealth. One of the first ways to improve your financial literacy is by reading books, articles, and blogs about personal finance. There are countless resources available, both online and in print, that cover a wide range of topics. Whether you're interested in budgeting, investing, managing debt, or retirement planning, you can find books and articles that provide valuable insights and strategies. Reading financial books by reputable authors can give you a deeper understanding of complex financial concepts and help you make informed decisions about your money. Financial blogs can also be a great way to stay up to date on the latest trends and tips in the world of personal finance. In addition to reading, consider listening to podcasts and audiobooks. These formats are perfect for busy people who want to learn about finances while on the go. Podcasts often feature experts in the field of personal finance who share their knowledge on a variety of topics. Listening to these discussions can give you fresh ideas and strategies for managing your money, while audiobooks allow you to dive deep into financial subjects while commuting, exercising, or running errands. Whether you're looking for inspiration or practical tips, financial podcasts and audiobooks can keep you informed and motivated. Another effective way to continue your financial education is by taking courses. Many websites and educational platforms offer free or low-cost courses on personal finance topics. These courses often provide in-depth lessons on budgeting, saving, investing, and more. Some platforms even offer certifications in personal finance, which can be a great way to prove your expertise to others or simply gain a deeper understanding of how money works. By enrolling in courses, you can gain a structured learning experience and have the opportunity to ask questions and interact with instructors. As you progress in your financial education, make it a habit to review and revisit your financial goals regularly. Life circumstances change, and so do financial opportunities and challenges. What worked for you a few years ago might not be the best strategy now. By continuing to educate yourself, you'll be better able to adapt to new situations. For example, you may need to update your investment strategy as your risk tolerance changes, or revise your budget if you experience a change in income or expenses. Keeping up with financial news and trends will help you make informed adjustments to your financial plan. You can also learn from others by seeking out mentors or joining financial communities. Connecting with people who have experience in managing money can provide valuable insights and advice. Look for individuals who have a similar financial situation or goals, and engage in conversations about how they approach personal finance. Joining online communities or social media groups centered around finance can expose you to a wide range of perspectives and experiences. Whether it's through mentorship, peer groups, or online forums, learning from others can be a great way to broaden your financial knowledge. Don't forget to also learn about taxes. Taxes are an essential part of managing your finances, and understanding how they work can help you minimize your tax burden and make smarter financial decisions. There are many strategies you can use to reduce your taxable income, such as contributing to retirement accounts or taking advantage of tax credits and deductions. Learning the basics of taxation and staying informed about changes in tax laws can help you optimize your finances and avoid paying more than necessary. Staying informed about investing is another important aspect of ongoing financial education. The world of investing can seem intimidating at first, but learning about different investment vehicles, such as stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and real estate, can open up new opportunities for growing your wealth. By educating yourself on investment strategies, you can make decisions that align with your financial goals and risk tolerance. Whether you're interested in passive investing through index funds or active trading, it's important to stay updated on the latest trends and strategies in the investment world. Financial education also plays a critical role in managing your debt. As you learn more about how debt works and how interest affects your balance, you can develop better strategies for paying off high-interest debts and building a strong credit history. It's important to be aware of the potential pitfalls of borrowing, such as taking on too much debt or not understanding the terms of a loan. By staying educated, you can avoid common debt traps and make smarter decisions when borrowing money. As technology continues to advance, financial technology, fintech, is becoming an increasingly important area of financial education. Fintech tools, such as budgeting apps, investment platforms, and online banking services, can help you manage your money more effectively. By staying up to date with new fintech innovations, you can take advantage of tools that make it easier to track your spending, automate savings, and invest. Fintech can also provide access to new investment opportunities and financial products that weren't available in the past. Lastly, be sure to stay disciplined and consistent with your financial education efforts. Just as it's important to stick to a budget or a savings plan, it's equally important to commit to continually improving your financial knowledge. Even small, consistent efforts to learn can lead to significant improvements over time. Whether you're reading a few pages of a financial book each day or listening to a podcast during your lunch break, continuous learning will help you stay on top of your financial goals and make smarter decisions about your money. Chapter 15. Estate planning is an important part of your financial strategy, ensuring that your assets are distributed according to your wishes after you pass away. While it's not a pleasant topic to think about, creating an estate plan allows you to have peace of mind, knowing that your loved ones will be taken care of and that your wishes will be honored. Estate planning also helps avoid potential legal battles and ensures that your estate is administered in an efficient, tax-advantaged manner. The first step in estate planning is creating a will. A will is a legal document that outlines how you want your assets to be distributed after your death. Without a will, the government will decide how your assets are divided, which may not align with your desires. A will allows you to specify who will inherit your property, how much they will receive, and who will take care of any minor children or dependents. You can also name an executor, someone you trust to carry out the instructions in your will. It's important to review and update your will periodically, especially after major life events like marriage, divorce, the birth of a child, or the acquisition of significant assets. Alongside a will, you may want to establish a living will or advance healthcare directive. This document specifies your preferences for medical care if you become incapacitated and are unable to communicate your wishes. A living will can include decisions about life-sustaining treatments, organ donation, and other healthcare choices. It's also wise to designate a healthcare proxy, someone you trust to make medical decisions on your behalf if you're unable to do so. These documents help ensure that your healthcare preferences are respected and prevent your loved ones from having to make difficult decisions in a time of emotional stress. In addition to a will and living will, you may want to set up a trust. A trust is a legal entity that holds and manages assets for the benefit of a beneficiary. There are various types of trusts, including revocable living trusts, which can be altered or revoked during your lifetime, and irrevocable trusts, which cannot be changed once created. One of the key benefits of a trust is that it can help avoid probate, the legal process of validating a will and distributing assets. Probate can be time-consuming and expensive, but assets held in a trust can bypass this process, allowing for a quicker, more private transfer of property. Another advantage of trusts is their potential to reduce estate taxes. In some cases, transferring assets into an irrevocable trust can remove those assets from your taxable estate, reducing the amount of estate tax your heirs may owe. However, establishing a trust can be complex and may require the assistance of an estate planning attorney. Trusts are especially beneficial if you have a large estate or want to set specific conditions for how your assets are distributed, such as ensuring that beneficiaries reach a certain age or meet other criteria before inheriting. When creating your estate plan, it's important to consider life insurance. Life insurance can provide a financial safety net for your loved ones in the event of your death. The proceeds from a life insurance policy can help cover funeral expenses, pay off outstanding debts, or provide ongoing financial support to your family. There are various types of life insurance, including term life insurance, which covers you for a set period, and whole life insurance, which provides lifelong coverage and can build cash value over time. Depending on your needs and financial situation, life insurance can be an important tool in your estate planning strategy. Beneficiary designations are another key aspect of estate planning. Many assets, such as retirement accounts, like IRAs and 401ks, and life insurance policies, allow you to designate beneficiaries who will receive the funds upon your death. It's crucial to regularly review and update your beneficiary designations to ensure they align with your overall estate plan. If you've recently experienced a major life event, such as a marriage, divorce, or the birth of a child, you may need to update these designations to reflect your current wishes. Keep in mind that beneficiary designations override the instructions in your will, so it's important to make sure they are accurate. While creating an estate plan, you should also think about your digital assets. In today's digital age, many people have online accounts, such as email, social media, and financial accounts, which may contain important information. It's important to create a plan for managing your digital assets in the event of your death. You can designate someone to have access to your accounts or leave instructions for how to handle them. Consider creating a list of your digital accounts and passwords, and ensure that this information is stored securely, so your loved ones can access it when necessary. Minimizing estate taxes is another important consideration in estate planning. Estate taxes can be a significant burden on your heirs, especially if you have a large estate. There are various strategies you can use to reduce estate taxes, such as gifting assets during your lifetime or setting up tax-advantaged accounts like trusts or charitable foundations. Working with a tax professional or estate planning attorney can help you identify strategies that will minimize the tax burden on your estate and ensure more of your assets go to your beneficiaries. Lastly, it's essential to regularly review and update your estate plan. As your life changes, so too will your estate planning needs. For example, if you marry, divorce, or have children, you may need to update your will, trust, or beneficiary designations. Similarly, if your financial situation changes, whether you acquire new assets or incur significant debt, you may need to revise your estate plan to reflect these changes. It's recommended to review your estate plan at least every few years or after major life events to ensure that it still aligns with your wishes and goals. In conclusion, throughout this audiobook, we've explored essential strategies and practical tips for managing your finances, from budgeting and saving to investing and estate planning. The journey to financial freedom is not a one-time event, but a lifelong process of learning, planning, and adapting. By taking the steps outlined in each chapter, you are equipping yourself with the tools to create a strong financial foundation and achieve your long-term financial goals. The most important takeaway from this audiobook is that financial success is within your control. Whether you're just starting out on your financial journey or looking to improve your current situation, the key is to take consistent action. By setting clear goals, making informed decisions, and continuously educating yourself about personal finance, you can build wealth, protect your assets, and plan for the future with confidence. Consider subscribing to our channel